Hi you guys, my name is Cherita and I'm here to give you pivotal information about things that just happened in a positive way. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be talking just about things that have been happening in the past, and I'm also eating because I'm on a break from work and I need to eat because your girl is hungry. I got a bowl from Panda Express, half chow mein, half brown, no, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Half chow mein, half white rice with kung pao chicken. And I am putting chili sauce because I love spicy things. Like if my nose isn't running, then it's not spicy enough. So that's what I will be doing today. So in today's video, I've been trying to make a video about Peter Mon literally for the past like 2 weeks. And I have tried 2 separate times to make a video about him. It wouldn't have been my first or my second video about him because I love him so dearly. But I think a lot of people have already touched on what happened with his problematic tweets. I personally didn't have a problem with his racist tweets because they weren't racist at all. But I was a little disappointed in some of the other tweets that he posted. And I will, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I will go ahead and link some other videos that people did a better job describing the tweets or whatever. But what I liked about what Peter did is before anybody was able to even make slanderous videos as they have before they were able to make any videos just, I don't want to say defaming his character, but basically attacking his character, he came out and was like, look, this is what happened and I'm not proud of it. He apologized, just like we've been talking about these other beauty gurus. We've been talking about these other beauty gurus who have not been apologizing in the correct way. I feel like Peter took his own advice and apologized in the way that he should, but of course people still weren't happy with it. And so he came out and did another video, which I personally told him I didn't feel like he should have done that video, but I understood why he did. And now he's back to making his regular videos. See, my nose is running already. He's back to making his regular videos. He's back to his personality. He's back to doing things for the reasons that we watch him. And I think with Peter, because Peter, he posts on literally 4 different channels. He posts on 4 channels a day. And people always say, well, people only put on the internet what they want you to see. Well, with 4 videos, I find it hard to be fake for 4 videos every day for over 2 years. I can understand if he did like 1 video a week, 1 video a month, but no, he does 4 videos every single day, and he has been doing it for 4 years. And one of them is a vlog. And I feel like a vlog is like a really good way to get to know people. So basically, what I'm saying is, Peter's not a malicious person. Everybody makes mistakes. Yes, he was older when he made those mistakes, but a lot of those were context. And I'm the first person to call a spade, but the majority of the tweets that should have been the worst of the worst, they weren't even that bad. And you have to know somebody to understand that. Another chili sauce already. So basically, long story short, what I want to say is I think Peter is an incredible human being. I love him. And people who try to comfort him or whatever, I think they're just miserable people. And that's literally just my opinion. Not everybody is for everybody. People may not like Peter for whatever reason, but I like Peter because he's an amazing positive role model, and that's how I feel. The next pivotal information I would like to talk about is Serena Williams. Now, if you guys are unaware, Serena Williams was in the, US Open. It was a very big tennis match, and she was competing against Naomi Osaka. I don't know if I got that right, but Naomi and Serena, it was a great match. Serena is, like, hands down the best tennis player in the world as of right now, and probably to ever walk the face of this earth. She's also had to deal with a lot of hate, and so in her last match, the referee or the umpire called her out for cheating because her coach was coaching her, which I don't understand. And I'm not saying that the referee was wrong or the umpire was wrong for calling it, because those are the rules. But honestly, like, what's the point of having your coach at your tennis match if they can't coach you? Trevor Noah said it the best, and I'll put the clip here.
Serena was playing in the match, and then the umpire said that, gave Serena a warning, because he said, hey, your coach is coaching you, which is against the rules in tennis, which personally I don't understand at all. I'm like, what's a coach for if a coach can't coach you? That seems like a really weird thing, because apparently, like, coaches are not supposed to coach you. They're just supposed to come to your game and just be like, Like, it's a weird, but they're not allowed to coach, which I think is really dumb. Just let the people coach. Every sport has coaching. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if, like, NBA coaches or, like, NFL coaches, like, the players would come up and they'd be like, Coach, what should we do now? And they're like, Y'all on your own.
Like, honestly, can you imagine, like, at an NFL game and your defense is doing horribly and you go to your defensive coach and you're like, Coach, what should we do? And they're like, can't tell you, got to figure it out for yourself. I'm not saying the umpire didn't do his job, but I just think those rules need to be changed. Anyway, Serena basically told him, like, I'm not a liar. I'm not a cheater. You have robbed me from these certain points. And she just wanted an apology for him basically calling her a liar and a cheater. And somebody that has such good morals, like, that's so dehumanizing to be like, oh yeah, you're a cheater, you're a liar, you're a fraud, you're a this. She's worked harder than probably anybody else has had to work. Like, she's gotten drug tested more than other tennis players. She gets called a man because she's athletic. She has an athletic build. She deals with so much hate, and to be honest, I know a lot of it has to do with race. And people always say, well, it's not always about race. You're right, it's not always about race, but this time it is. She's a black woman dominating a white man's sport. And because she sat there, yes, she did break her tennis racket, which I agree is, I guess, poor sportsmanship. She broke it out of frustration, but she's not the first person to do that. White men do it all the time. And what happens when they break their tennis rackets? They're passionate. They're so passionate about their sport. But when Serena does it, she's an angry black woman throwing a temper tantrum. I don't get it. It's a huge double standard. And some cartoonists did this disgusting drawing of her, which I'll show you guys right here. And the drawing itself, I didn't care that it was her throwing a temper tantrum. I don't care that it had a pacifier on the ground, basically showing that she was having a temper tantrum. She acted like a baby. but it was the exaggerated features that he used on her, a black woman, that were very commonly used in the Jim Crow era. A lot of people are saying, well, cartoons are exaggerated features and this, that, and the other. Okay, well, the same cartoonist drew this picture of Aretha Franklin, which was a beautiful drawing of her. And it had nothing to do with, what was depicted in the Jim Crow era or whatever. So it may have been subtle racism, but it was racism at its finest. And once again, the white men who throw their rackets and scream at the umpires and the refs, not once do they get drawings like that. Or they're not considered babies, they're just considered passionate. They're so passionate about their sport. Serena's just as passionate. And she was just calling out the sexism. She didn't even bring in the race thing, because at that point it wasn't about race. It wasn't about race until that cartoon, and until they started calling her an angry black woman. How come she can't be considered passionate? So that's kind of my take on that whole situation. So I think the last thing I want to talk about is this whole Shane Dawson series with Jake Paul. Now, Shane Dawson has like a bajillion subscribers on YouTube. And he's very well known, he's very popular. And he just started doing all these documentaries on YouTubers. I think one of the first ones he did was with Graveyard Girl. That one was kind of short and basically just like, hey, we want to revamp your channel. This is how to do it, blah, blah. Then he did Tana Mojo. Tana with the TanaCon. And honestly, like, I love YouTube. I love YouTubers. And the amount of influence that Tana has on YouTubers, and not YouTubers, but people who watch YouTube, I would love to sit down with her and just talk to her and find out what's going on in her brain. But Shane did a good job with that series, but I don't think any questions were fully answered. And Tana still continues to be problematic. So it was a good documentary that he did, but I just feel like there were still a lot of questions that needed to be answered. Then came Jeffree Star. That one was literally my favorite. That one was my absolute favorite one. Me, as a woman of color, oh my gosh, who has seen the way Jeffree Star has treated other people of color and how he has used racial slurs and everything. I'm not gonna say never, but I was never a big fan of him because of that. And just listening to his story and how Shane Dawson put it, I'm willing to give Jeffree Star a second chance, because it's been so many years, and I feel like you can call it publicity, you can call it PR, but he actually does try to put it out there that he cares about shade ranges and all this other stuff. Whereas other YouTubers, such as like Laura Lee, she has never in her career talked about shade ranges. And so when it came out that she may be racist, there was nothing to back it up as she's changed within the 6 years that those tweets came out. People will continue to say, like, once a racist, always a racist, and that's their prerogative. But I'm a very forgiving person, and maybe that's a downfall of mine. But I'm a very forgiving person, and I believe Jeffree Star has changed. And until I see otherwise, like, I really can't hate on the person, because like holding hate in your heart just is, I've never understood it. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your soul. So I don't continue to hate people because of what they've done, especially in the past. I just let it go. And then I just, you know, if they're a bad person, they're a bad person. And then I just forget about them and I don't care. So I did enjoy Shane Dawson's documentary of Jeffree Star. Now he's doing one on Jake Paul. I don't understand how Jake Paul is still on YouTube. I don't understand how Jake Paul still has fans. I still don't understand how he's allowed on the internet. But what Shane Dawson is going to do, hopefully, is just bring light to Jake Paul and why he acts the way he does, because his trailer came out and it basically was just like, this is not going to be easy. This isn't going to be fun. And it had something to do with like the human brain and how the mind thinks and blah, blah, blah. And if you watch Peter Mon, you know that Peter met Shane in Vegas a couple weeks ago. And Shane actually told Peter kind of what the twist was going to be on this Jake Paul series. So Peter knew that his new series was going to be about Jake Paul. But of course he didn't tell anybody, as he shouldn't have. And he also knows like the plot twist to the whole series, which I'm very, very interested in seeing. So I'm definitely going to be watching the series. So if you guys want to see me do like a recap on every episode, hopefully it's not like a billion episodes, but if you guys want to see me do a recap on each episode, let me know. And I'll definitely do that for you guys. But honestly, like, I feel like a lot of people are going to watch this series not because they like Jake Paul, but because they like Shane Dawson. Y'all, this Panda is so good. So I think that's it. I know there's more topics to be talked about. I have not touched on anything Jaclyn Hill. There's also this big scandal about goddamn Zoe. And there's just like a lot of other things that I've been wanting to talk about, but I swear there's something new every single day. And my anxiety does not allow me to film every day. But if you like the format of this video, let me know. And I will be making, obviously, more videos in the future. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And also, do not forget to hit the subscribe button for new content, new entertaining content, if you found it entertaining. Excuse me. And also, please do not forget to be the change you want to see in the world. Bye.